In a dramatic and highly revealing moment on Capitol Hill, a sequence of events unfolded in the United States Senate that is now being seen as a major political turning point. According to reporting, just moments before Senate Democratic leader Chuck Schumer moved to pass a bill by unanimous consent, Republican Senator Markwayne Mullin of Oklahoma entered the chamber, gave Schumer a thumbs up, and then walked over to shake his hand, a gesture that signaled something far bigger was already decided behind the scenes. What followed was even more striking. The desk, typically occupied by Senate Republican leadership, specifically John Thune, or one of his deputies, remained empty at the critical moment when an objection could have been raised. Under normal Senate procedure, any single senator can block a unanimous consent request, yet no objection came. This was not an accident. Schumer had publicly announced more than 2 hours earlier that he would bring the measure forward, and Senate Republicans had been notified through their internal hotline system, an established communication method that alerts every senator's office of impending floor action. Through that system, any senator could have objected without even being physically present, yet none did. Mullin's handshake effectively confirmed that the request had already been cleared by Republican leadership. At 5:20 p.m., Schumer formally called for unanimous consent to pass the Epstein Files Transparency Act, urging transparency and justice for victims, and within seconds, the presiding officer declared, "Without objection, so ordered." With that, the Senate approved the bill with no debate, no amendments, and no resistance from Republicans. The political fallout was immediate. House Speaker Mike Johnson later attempted to explain the lack of opposition by claiming he was unaware of the timing due to attending a state dinner, but that explanation quickly fell apart. Public records show the dinner in question began well after the Senate action, and Schumer's earlier announcement had been widely broadcast. Johnson also suggested that Schumer had rushed the move unexpectedly, a claim contradicted by the clear timeline and prior notice given to all members. Critics now argue that Johnson either misunderstood the situation or deliberately misrepresented it, leaving many in his own party questioning his leadership. More significantly, the unanimous passage of a bill tied to the Epstein files, an issue closely associated with former President Donald Trump, marks a rare and notable break in Republican unity. For years, Trump has maintained a strong grip over his party in Congress, but this vote suggests that influence may be weakening. The fact that not a single Republican senator stepped in to block or even modify the measure is being interpreted as a signal that the political landscape is shifting. What comes next remains uncertain, but one thing is clear. A vote that once seemed politically impossible has now happened, and it may have lasting consequences for power dynamics within Washington.